And I haven't heard this from literally anybody else. And I thought it was kind of odd that nobody else has brought this up.
Here's where I thought it was lacking. He said the political rhetoric's gotten too hot and we got to cool it down. And what I wanted him to say was, and you know what, that means me too. Donald Trump is a genuine threat to this nation. He's a threat to our freedom. He's a threat to our democracy. He's literally a threat to everything America stands for. And a few days later, it's time to put Donald Trump in the bullseye.
Yep.
Now, if the President of the United States had said, I bear some responsibility here, and I'm going to do my part, this would have been a home run. He didn't do that. Instead, he spread it all around, which I guess is as far as he's willing to go. But let me tell you how Republicans are going to take that. They're going to take that as a president who has repeatedly said, I want to heal the soul of the nation, and the buck stops here, but with an unwillingness to acknowledge some of the things that he has said to bring us to a place that he says we're in.
Yes, before we proceed with what is going on, I want to say this. Trump is blessed by God. Something recently happened. I want you to take a look at this. Just a day after his attempted assassination, I'm shocked.
So this Fox News alert now, we have major breaking news on one of the cases facing the former president, Donald Trump. Specifically, the documents case based out of Palm Beach, Florida. For more on that, David Spun tracking it in Washington, D.C. And David, I'll allow you to deliver this major headline.
Judge Eileen Cannon has dismissed the classified documents case against Donald Trump in Florida. This is massive news. We did not see this coming at all. This is a case that she tentatively postponed to a later date. The original trial was set for the end of May. She moved it back a couple of months, though not setting a date. She has just dismissed it in a 93-page court document saying that Jack Smith, the special counsel's appointment, violates the appropriations clause and the appointments clause of the United States Constitution. In layman's terms, she's saying that he was not appointed lawfully and not appointed appropriately. I'm sure we're going to be hearing from the Department of Justice about this momentarily, as Attorney General Merrick Garland believes that he had every right, and his team believes every right, that he could appoint Jack Smith as special counsel. We're going through this right now. It's 93 pages. The printer is cranking up.
Yes, following the attempted assassination of Trump, Judge Cannon just dismissed the Trump document case, citing the unlawful appointment and funding of special counsel Jack Smith. Incredible. Even the judge knows these lawful attacks on Trump are only taken place to incite hatred and vow against him. Now you will see exactly what we have been talking about. Joe said they want to unite the country. All this should be dismissed. There should be nothing like this. If you want to bring people together, this should be the very first step to do. Even this issue of jailing him should not happen. At this point, I will conclude that Trump is favored by God. That is the only thing I can say here. Before we even go into this clip, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that. It will do you no harm. If you share the video out.
I saw a video from Upchurch. You know Upchurch, the country music rap singer guy, right? Saw his video. And I haven't heard this from literally anybody else. And I thought it was kind of odd that nobody else has brought this up.
So of all the people to bring this to my attention, it was Upchurch, the country singer. Upchurch, not the media, not any news outlet. Upchurch brought this to my attention. Okay, so this is approximately where the stage was set up. I mean, from what I can see, it was in between these two buildings, straight out a little ways, probably at that road. Okay, if we go over, let's actually click on this. We're going to click measure distance. We're going to measure, this is the roof. This is the roof where the shooter was, right there. So roughly 150, 160 yards. That's where he was. So I'm back out of that. I'm going to try to drop a pin here in the parking lot. So if I open that up, oh wait, no, let's just do this. Do that. If it'll do it, I'm going to click this. Okay, that's the parking lot. So this right here is that roof that the shooter was on. Over here are those three buildings that you can see pretty clearly. I mean, that roof line, the barn that the counter snipers were on, is, slightly taller than this building here. But what he brought up was back behind all of this. That thing, freaking water tower, that nobody was on. Nobody? Secret Service didn't have that? Like, even some guy with binoculars? You don't even need a counter sniper, but you can see literally everything from there, right? I mean, I'm in the parking lot. I don't have a vantage point. I can't see from up there, but I know it's quite taller than even the trees. I don't know. Just seems a little odd that Secret Service didn't even cover that, right? Doesn't that just seem weird to you?
Yes, I legitimately can't tell if Donald Trump is having the best week or the worst week imaginable. Like, when I look at what is going on, within a very short period of time,
We do have some new reporting tonight that broke just before coming on the air tonight, Tom, and that is that the United States Secret Service, according to multiple sources to NBC News, say that they identified this location where this shooting allegedly occurred as a potential vulnerability in the days before the event. The Secret Service tonight, in a statement from a spokesperson, says that they had designated that rooftop under the jurisdiction of local law enforcement, and that's a common practice with security.
within a very short period of time, it started when they had to postpone, I think, the jail term, the Supreme Court. Now he survived these people, and now they dismiss the case within a very short period of time. It can only be God at this point. Sometimes when I look at the mainstream media, I don't want to report news, taken from them. But sometimes you just have to do it. Looking at what is going, I saw this video. I thought it's a conspiracy theory because people always like to bring out certain kind of aspects when something is going on. Along the way, when I look at this video, it is concerning. A lot of people are not actually saying anything about it. Looking at it, you can say a lot from this video. I've seen footages, though I'm scared to bring them on this platform, though on Rumble. I can try that, but the truth is not coming out. They took everything and handed it over to the FB, and a lot of people are not trusting that source. Like, they will not do, enough research. Now it came out, like, they can't even go into the guy's phone. It's impossible. Just imagine that after taking order from God. So a lot is going on that we can't even say on this platform right now.
The rhetoric around him over the last few weeks, that if he wins an election, our country will end, our democracy will end, it's the last election we'll ever have. These things have consequences.
The guy who wrote that, he said,